Hi, my name is Shaylee Halberton, and in this video, I'll be explaining why you shouldn't feel sympathy for the character William Afton from the Five Nights at Freddy's video game series, and my evidence will shock you. In 1972, William Afton will collaborate with his friend Henry Emily, who was able to construct two animatronic mascots, Spring Bonnie and Fredbear, for their friendly pizzeria place, Fredbear's Family Diner. Between 1972 and 1980, they opened the diner. However, a tragic event would cause it to close. This would be when Michael Afton, bullying his little brother Cece to the point where him and his friends would forcefully put his head in Fredbear's robotic jaw and...
Hey guys, I think the little man said he wants to give Fredbear a big kiss. On 3, 1, 2. Was that the bite of 87?
No, Mark, that was the bite of 83. Anyways, William would be devastated over the loss of his son, but his anger will cloud his better judgment and would blame Henry and Michael for the death of his son. Wanting revenge, William would drive to the new Freddy Fazbear's Pizza that was being operated by Henry at the time. He would find Charlie with Henry's daughter locked outside of the restaurant. With nobody being around, especially the security puppet that was made to protect her by her father, William would seek this opportunity to literally murder this child. However, when he left the scene, the puppet would finally be free, found Charlie's body, and would crawl to her, trying to save her, even though it was too late. This would be the key moment that would change everything, as Charlie's soul would imprint onto the puppet. While Henry was out, William was taking over, and he noticed that the puppet would be protecting all the children from him, almost as if the puppet knew what he had done to Charlie. Seeing this, of course, William, being the psychopath that he is, would decide to kill 5 more kids in the name of experimental practices. Even though these minors didn't sign a consent form, he would proceed with stuffing each child in the animatronic mascots of the restaurant. He did this to see if they would possess the robots, which they did. However, he didn't stop there. He needed to make sure that this was a perfect solution to bring back his son. So he would create his own robots to try to lure and attract more children so he could experiment on them. But this would soon backfire when one of the robots, Circus Baby, would grab his 5-year-old daughter, Elizabeth, killing her. Being even more upset when she didn't listen to his orders, which got her killed. But he needed help this time, so he recruits Michael to fix his sister, even though not thinking about how Michael would react to the whole experiment method. With the evidence that we have here, this shows that this man is not only a sociopath and a psychopath, but he will also suffer with bipolar 1 disorder, obsessive compulsive personality disorder, narcissistic personality disorder, well as antisocial personality disorder. Now, Michael will not sit idly by watching his father hurt all these kids just so he could fix his problems. So he would recruit Henry to help him stop William.
Those tiny breaths of life came to inhabit those machines, but they will never find rest now, not like this. I have to call them all back, all of them, together in one place.
I will make you proud, Daddy.
Connection terminated. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Elizabeth, if you still even remember that name, but I'm afraid you've been misinformed. You are not here to receive a gift, nor have you been called here by the individual you assume, although you have indeed been called. You have all been called here, into a labyrinth of sounds and smells, misdirection, and misfortune. A labyrinth with no exit, a maze with no prize. You don't even realize that you are trapped. Your lust for blood has driven you in endless circles, chasing the cries of children in some unseen chamber, always seeming so near, yet somehow out of reach. But you will never find them. None of you will. This is where your story ends. And to you, my brave volunteer, who somehow found this job listing not intended for you. Although there was a way out planned for you, I have a feeling that's not what you want. I have a feeling that you are right where you want to be. I am remaining as well. I am nearby. This place will not be remembered, and the memory of everything that started this can finally begin to fade away, as the agony of every tragedy should. And to you monsters trapped in the corridors, be still, and give up your spirits. They don't belong to you. For most of you, I believe there is peace, and perhaps more, waiting for you after the smoke clears. Although for one of you, the darkest pit of hell has opened to swallow you whole, so don't keep the devil waiting, friend. My daughter, if you can hear me, I knew you would return as well. It's in your nature to protect the innocent. I'm sorry that on that day, the day you were shut out and left to die, no one was there to lift you up into their arms, the way you lifted others into yours. And then, what became of you? I should have known you wouldn't be content to disappear. Not my daughter. I couldn't save you then, so let me save you now. It's time to rest, for you, and for those you have carried in your arms. This ends, for all of us, in communication.